This is Saturday morning. We had a very good week. We were speaking on self-discipline, teachable spirit, a mark of wisdom to lead and wisdom to be led. And we referred to a teachable spirit will require discipline. And we referred to the discipline of your own body. It will profit you. And we referred to discipline on what to eat and what to eat not. And we also touched the area of watching the TV. That don't watch the TV like you've got a tender program. What are we talking about this Saturday? We are still referring to areas that need self-discipline. In order to be a leader who can lead and be led, pay your debts. Amen. Did you hear that one? Yeah, I say, did you hear that one? Amen. Pay your debts. In 2 Kings chapter 4, verse 1 and 2.
A certain woman of the wives of the sons of the prophets cried out to Elisha, saying, "Your servant, my husband, is dead. And you know that your servant feared the Lord. And the creditor is coming to take my 2 sons to be his slaves." So Elisha said to her, "What shall I do for you? Tell me, what do you have in the house?" And she said, "Your maidservant has nothing in the house but a jar of oil."
I want us to look at unpaid debts. Debts are the enemy of the peace of mind. And paying debts requires self-discipline. And paying debts requires honoring the vow you made when you make a debt. Some people promise, "I'll pay you month end." Others promise, "Next week on this day I'll pay you." Others promise, "Give me 5 months." All these promises, they become empty promises just because of unpaid debts. Unpaid debts can make you suffer from psychomastic disease, meaning you always want to remain alone. Because of unpaid debts. If you make a vow to pay the debt, don't delay, for God does not like fools. You should pay your debt on time. Be self-disciplined. Debts are a respecter of no spirituality. Look at verse 1 and 2 of 2 Kings chapter 4.
A certain woman of the wives of the sons of the prophets cried out to Elisha, saying, "Your servant, my husband, is dead, and you know that your servant feared the Lord, and the creditor is coming to take my 2 sons to be his slaves.
Look at the spiritual status of the husband of this woman. Number one, he was a servant to the man of God. Number two, he feared God. With all this spiritual status, he had a debt he didn't pay. That's why we say debts are a respecter of no spirituality. You need to discipline yourself. The after effects of unpaid debts can also affect the innocent. Children didn't know anything about this, but the creditor had come to take them. They are going to be slaves because of the unpaid debts by the father. It's very important to have self-discipline. Accept to live within your means. Be satisfied of what you have. Don't go beyond your ability. The fact that you can afford, you qualify, does not mean you can afford. Longevity of unpaid debt does not make the debt to be automatically erased. No. Some people think because it has taken too long, maybe it has paid itself up. No, it is still there. Unpaid debts can result into a lying tongue. By making broken promises. Avoid the habit of making debt in order to try and pay another debt. Be self-disciplined. Do what you can afford. What you can't buy today, save money to buy tomorrow. But don't get into debt. Don't sink into debt. Another area where you need to discipline yourself is time consciousness. The saying goes, time and tide wait for no man. Train yourself to keep starting time and knocking off time as agreed. The wasted time never again. You can rewind a watch, but you cannot rewind time. When you arrive at work, you arrive at the meeting, you arrive at church, you need to respect time. If work starts at 8, 1 minute past 8 is not 8 o'clock. 1 minute past 8 is 8. Learn to respect time. Even healing at the pool of Bethesda was according to specified time. Healing was according to specified time. You were not healed by jumping into the pool, but you were healed by jumping first in the pool. Which means you should arrive earlier than others. It might be that your healing is on the first song that is sung at your church. But you always arrive late. Hence, you are still sick. Late arrival affects your reputation. People don't respect the messenger and the message who have arrived late. They don't respect both. Respect starting time. Have self-discipline. Too busy is a myth. People make time for things that are really important to them. Until we can manage time, we cannot manage anything else. The bad thing is that time flies, but you are the pilot. You can slow down, you can be fast. Have self-discipline with death and with time. God bless you. It was a good week. It was a good week. God bless you. Amen.